Hello, this is Hiram with Hillside IT Solutions. I thought it would be helpful to make a video showing how I got a pair of Gen 2 Platinum Xeon Scalable processors successfully installed onto an HP ProLiant DL380 Gen 10 server when getting a 275 Unsupported Processor Detected error during post. This procedure also applies if you are installing second generation bronze, silver, or gold Xeon Scalable CPUs too. Ordinarily, I focus my time on network and cybersecurity matters, but in this case, since I couldn't find any existing information on how to solve this issue, I wanted to make this video to help anyone else that might have or will encounter this problem. When searching for the answer to this problem, I couldn't find anyone who had upgraded from a Gen 1 to a Gen 2 Xeon Scalable CPU. I figured since the server is usually found in data centers and other production environments, memory and drive upgrades probably preoccupy server admins more than CPU upgrades do. And furthermore, when reading HP's DL380 Gen 10 documentation, they clearly state that field upgrades from first generation processors to second generation processors are not supported, even though they do clearly provide a list of second gen Xeon Scalable CPUs that are compatible for the DL380. Great, so what does one do? Well, one clue was the BIOS version on my DL380, version 1.40, with a release date of June 5, 2018. The Gen 2 Xeon Scalable processors came to market second quarter of 2019, and searching on HP's support forums led to finding BIOS version 2.02, released on March 19, 2019, as the starting point for providing support for the Gen 2 Xeon Scalable processors going forward. Now that I was on track to getting my Gen 2 Xeon Scalable processors recognized by the DL380, the next problem was how do I update the BIOS if the server is unresponsive due to the incompatible CPUs? And unfortunately, the DL380's motherboard does not support BIOS flashback, which is a procedure to update the BIOS without actually accessing the BIOS, allowing you to update it without CPUs installed. It was becoming clear that I would need to get a hold of a pair of Gen 1 Xeon Scalable CPUs just to access and update the BIOS. And that's what I did. I picked up a pair of the lowest end CPUs compatible on the DL380, the Xeon Bronze 3104 CPUs as you see pictured here. Once installed, powering up the DL380 with these CPUs did the trick, and I was able to enter the Utilities menu and update the system BIOS. Updating the system BIOS went smoothly and was a snap, so I'll spare you the details on how to do that, as there are plenty of how-to videos on how to do this, and you can find this information on HP's site. Once the BIOS update was completed, I removed the Bronze 3104s and reinstalled the Platinum 8260s, and success! We passed post. And if you're wondering how much it set me back for a pair of 3104s, it was only $80, and also, what's great about that is they can serve as backup CPUs in the event if I ever ran into any issues with my Platinums. I could just power down and pop in these 3104s as a backup until I'm able to get replacements. And that is what needs to be done in order to get your second generation Xeon Scalables to be recognized on an HP ProLiant DL380 with an older BIOS. I hope this information has been helpful, and I'd like to thank you for your time.